Welcome everyone to our Aboriginal Tourism Product Awareness Program, or short ATPAP. My name is Miriam. I'm the Distribution Coordinator here at Tourism NT. And before we start, I want to respectfully acknowledge and honor the Aboriginal people of the Northern Territory and recognize the continuation of culture, connections to land, water, and country. We pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. A big welcome to our Q1 ATPAP webinar. We're officially starting the second year of our program. How exciting, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. As always, we're thrilled to present some incredible Aboriginal tourism products and businesses from the Northern Territory to you, our fantastic travel partners. This is our first session for the new program year, so it's a fresh start and a great time to get involved. And just a reminder that if you're actively engaged in the program, you'll be in the running to win a spot on our amazing ATPAP film in 2026. It's a brilliant opportunity to experience these products firsthand and build those genuine connections with the people behind them. Speaking of which, I've got a little sneak peek from our last film to share with you today. It gives you a glimpse of all the incredible things our agents got to experience, but it's also the first in our brand new masterclass series. Now, today we're heading up to the top end and we'll be exploring it from two different perspectives, by water and by land. I have two recorded presentations from our brilliant operators, Sea Darwin and Sea Tiwi, and from Tim Nielsen from Top End Day Tours. Neither of them, not us, are live here today, but they will be walking us through their experiences and what makes them so special. Before we get stuck into it, just a few words on housekeeping as per usual. Please have your cameras and microphones switched off. We will have a Q&A at the end of our operator presentations. And yes, we're recording this session and I will upload it to our trade website. I will also send a quick follow-up email to all ATPAP members after today's session. That will include the recording link plus a short questionnaire about the webinar. If you'd like to go into the draw for a spot on our next ATPAP film in 2026, make sure to watch the session and complete the questionnaire. It's that easy. And for those of you joining us live, you're automatically in the run to winning our fabulous Bush Balm gift box. The winner will be informed later today, so good luck. And enough of the admin, we will go straight into our mission. For those of you who might see this for the first time, it's just a quick reminder what the aim and core mission of this program is. To put it simply, our mission is to promote and support the growth of the Aboriginal tourism industry in the Northern Territory by educating and empowering the travel trade to include diverse Aboriginal businesses and experiences in their sales offerings. By working together, we aim to increase visitation to the Northern Territory, showcase the rich cultural heritage of the region, and create sustainable economic opportunities for Aboriginal communities. And as I mentioned briefly before I hand over to our presenters, I just wanted to quickly share a little snapshot from the recent ATPAP film, which took place from the 3rd to the 9th of June in 2025. This quick video gives you a taste of what the participating agents got to experience firsthand, and it also happens to be the very first installment of our new NT Masterclass series. The NT Masterclass is a new peer-led learning initiative we're launching to help agents like you to learn from each other with real insights, selling tips, and first-hand experiences that you can use. It's by agents for agents, and going forward, we'll be interviewing our FMIL participants during the trips to get their thoughts on what stood out, what surprised them, and what tips they'd pass on to other agents when it comes to selling the NT. We will upload this video to our trade website under NT Masterclass, which will be followed by more first-hand experience videos. All right, let's have a quick look.
currently on the ATPAP for mill, which is covering off Darwin, Litchfield, Kakadu and Arnowad. This is my first time in the Northern Territory. I lived here for 18 months, 20 years ago.
Gosh, there's been so much. It's been a really eye-opening experience. I guess the thing that's impressed me the most is realizing just how insignificant our history is compared to the Aboriginal history.
It's really surprising how the history just within Kakadu expands of thousands of years, and then seeing it, in my own eyes, it's incredible.
There is a lot of culture here. Some people think that they have to go to Europe for culture, and that's just not true.
My thing that's probably surprised me the most is Kakadu. We all know Kakadu, and we all know parts of Arnhem Land, and we know how beautiful it is from photos that we've seen. And I think for mine, photos don't ever do it any justice. Like, it's definitely one of those places you have to come.
I guess I didn't understand the depth of the history and the years. Like, I knew a bit, but I didn't know as much as what I've learned since I've been here, and it's absolutely been incredible. It's blown my mind.
I think one highlight would be the sunset trek up to the Uber Rock, and seeing the sunset and the arts. The rock arts is just incredible. So
all the accommodation food's been excellent. It's been all varied and good. For mine, it's probably reconnecting and understanding how important it is for Aboriginal cultures. This part of the world is really been probably the best thing, I think.
I'd have to say, seeing my first croc in the wild was pretty spectacular.
Well, from looking at what we've done, I think spending that time out at Jabiru was ideal because it gave you enough opportunity to actually spend some time in the town and do various parts of the park.
Well, tap into all the training, for sure. There's so much knowledge being shared, all the webinars, all that. There's a lot of stuff on the website.
I think really experiencing Darwin will be really helpful. We put a lot of clients into Darwin doing the Garn or doing outback tours, Litchfield and Kakadu, etc. So I think experiencing that and having that first-hand knowledge, also the distances between the different places out here.
There are some fantastic suppliers out here. The day tours that we've done with Aboriginal cultural tours, Kakadu cultural tours, off-road dreaming, they've all been fantastic. Davidson's, they're all local, they all know their stuff. There's plenty of great suppliers out here that will look after your clients as well.
I think there's so much to do and there's so many options. So figuring out what they really want out of their trip when they come here. We've done quite a few different things, and I think I have quite a good handle on the different areas, and there's so much more as well. But I think just really getting their ideas of what they want to do, and then you can actually put things together to help them as well to enjoy what will fit, because it's not a one size fits all.
Stunning, welcoming, and authentic.
culture, people, and food.
Wildlife, you like the big colour and culture.
That was such an excellent trip. Really loved it. What a great group as well. So thank you everyone who contributed to the interviews. That was really good. I will give up to our operators presenting. Well, as I mentioned, it is not live. It is a recording. I hope I have Darwin Sea Tiwi's recording at the right point here. Just a few words on Sea Darwin. It's an Aboriginal-owned tour company offering unique marine experiences around Darwin Harbour and the Tiwi Islands, with a strong focus on culture, nature, and sustainability. I will be playing a previous recording, as I just mentioned, so I hope it starts at the right point. So otherwise, please bear with me 1 sec. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Miriam, for giving me the time to present today, and thanks to all of you for logging on and attending. And I'm very pleased that I've managed to get over the technical hitches that we had yesterday. I'm Brian Worsley. I'm the General Manager of Darwin Sea Tiwi. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about the business, but we are now proudly 100% Aboriginal owned, having been acquired by Tiwi Enterprises in the latter half of 2023. And that's why we sort of fit into the Aboriginal tourism side of things, and I'll go into a little bit more about that. I've only been in this role since November last year, so still finding my feet somewhat and getting ready for a nice busy season. Anyone's got any questions about that, I'll be more than happy to answer afterwards, but I think I'll just jump straight across to the presentation if that's all right, Miriam.
Yeah, you go ahead. Happy to share.
Okay, how's that looking?
Perfect, you can shoot. All
right. So thanks, Miriam. You already gave a very eloquent acknowledgement of country to begin with, and I'll just back that up with an acknowledgement of the Larrakia and Tiwi people who are the custodians of the saltwater where we operate our business. We give acknowledgement and thanks to them. Now, our business is a marine tourism business, operating what we call fast canopy boats on and around Darwin Harbour. This is just an illustration of one of the vessels. This is our MV Flatback. We have Flatback and Olive Ridley are our two vessels, 34 seats and 24 seats respectively. They're both named after turtle species that nest up in the top end, and I'll talk a little bit more about them. But this slide is just to give you a picture of the type of vessel that I'm talking about for all of our tours. We just have the two vessels, so there aren't any others to worry about. So Sea Darwin was a business established by Jim and Heather Smith back in 2007, and they ran it very successfully. Gained a great reputation, did an enormous amount of work on their accreditations for ecotourism and so on. And we've now been acquired by Tiwi Enterprises, also established in 2007, and they took over the business in October last year. So that makes us 100% Aboriginal owned business. Tiwi Enterprises is owned and governed by the 8 different clan groups that live on the Tiwi Islands. They run a number of small businesses over on the islands, and this is their first foray into sort of mainstream tourism. We pride ourselves on the ecological sustainability of the business, which Jim and Heather Smith put so much hard work into, and we are quite determined to continue along the same vein. They've been successful enough to be awarded a number of different awards through their progress, and we're very proud of that fact, and certainly have every intention of continuing in the same vein at the same sort of quality operation. I'm going to now start talking a little bit about our various tour offerings. Pretty much all focused around the Darwin Harbour and surrounds at the moment. Starting off with our Discover Darwin Harbour cruise. It's a relatively short cruise, just 1 hour duration, and it runs in the early afternoon, 6 days a week at this time of the year. That excludes Mondays. Departs at 1:30. And the idea behind it is that one can jump on and in a relatively short period of time be given a fairly thorough introduction to Darwin and the harbour. We talk about some of the war history, we talk about some of the Cyclone Tracy history, some of the general history of the pearling industry and the fishing industry here. We also look at some of the contemporary harbour activities that are going on, some of the shipping activities and the gas activities and so on. So it's quite a nice, well-rounded, just a real sort of get to know Darwin Harbour type of thing. And I think I mentioned it goes at 1:30 in the afternoon, getting back in at about 2:30. A big part of what we do is educational touring around the World War II activities of Darwin. As you probably all know, some maybe more than others, Darwin was featured quite heavily from the 19th of February 1942 onwards, when the Japanese aircraft fleet attacked Darwin Harbour. From that day on, there was quite a lot more in the way of bombing attacks and so on. So our tours are quite specialized in that they deliver a lot of in-depth information and a lot of anecdotal commentary as well, about everything that sort of happened there and some of the experiences that people went through at the time. We have a bombing of Darwin cruise, which is again 1 hour. That one goes at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's quite different from the Discover Darwin Harbour cruise in that this one, it pretty much is all about the wartime activity. It's not so much about contemporary activities and you know, the pearling industry and so on. So it's often attended by real enthusiasts, people who either already know quite a lot about the Second World War history or would like to know more about it. And it is a highly developed commentary, very educational. That bombing of Darwin cruise can be coupled with either the bombing of Darwin double and our half-day tour by land and sea. The bombing of Darwin double just couples the cruise with an entry ticket into the Royal Flying Doctor exhibit, which is just next door to us down at Stokes Hill Wharf, and also highly educational, well worth doing. As well, we offer a half-day tour by land and sea. So we start the tour off with about a 3-hour bus ride, which goes to a number of important land-based sites where, you know, places that were hit by bombs or hit by bullets or just other points of interest where there was armaments mounted and so on, and it just sort of helps build the whole picture. It also includes a visit to the military museum at East Point, all included in the ticket price, and then jumps onto the cruise at the end of the bus tour. So that one also runs 6 days a week in the dry season, limited days in the off season, but we do operate year round. Moving on then to our probably the one that we're probably best known for in Darwin is our Sunset Fish and Chips tour. Again, 6 nights a week. This one goes at 5:30 in the evening. Jump on the fast boat, accompanied by a beautiful serving of local wild caught barramundi and chips. And we do cater for people who either don't eat the batter or don't eat fish, just out of interest. So we can handle dietary variances. Complimentary drink and a souvenir, and we are licensed, so we are able to continue to serve drinks on that one. And it goes for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. We'll go out, have our dinner, go and find the best spot for sunset, depending on the conditions of the water and the wind direction and so on, and then jet back into the dock not long after. So getting back in at about sort of 7:30 or so, somewhere around about there. Excuse me. One trip that we're sort of quite well known for, and is a very limited and I guess could be called exclusive, although anyone's welcome, is our Turtle Tracks tour. It's very specialized, only operates on limited dates, and those dates are carefully chosen according to the coincidence of tide conditions and sun and moon phases, and timed to try and optimize turtle activity to not guarantee, but certainly maximize our chances of interacting with turtles. It's guided by experts who are usually either marine biologists or doing PhDs on turtle ecology and so on. They can give a highly informative and enlightening commentary on what we're coming across, and it's a very educational trip, as well as just the thrill of being able to sit up alongside a large animal that's doing its thing, and that trusts you implicitly. It's a pretty special feeling. It's a fairly lengthy tour by comparison with the others. It's about 6 hours, but we always say that nature dictates, and the timing of the tour really is somewhat dependent on what the turtles are doing. If we might come back, we'll leave at about 4:30 in the afternoon from our dock at Stokes Hill Wharf, and that tour can come back in anytime, sort of from 10:30 to midnight, depending on what's going on out there. So it is quite a specialized. It's one that's quite attractive to the real enthusiast, and it's a trip that we're very, very proud to continue doing. Those are our main tours. Besides the regular scheduled touring, we are quite active in the charter game, whereby we entertain private groups for private functions, be it birthdays, weddings, just a general sightseeing tour that somebody wants to do, Christmas parties towards the end of the year, that kind of thing. And with the 2 boats, and both of them have the ability to land quite easily with those. Perhaps in that earlier slide, you may have noticed the little ladder, the boarding ladder through the bow of the boat. We can put people ashore on the sandbar or on islands or anywhere else on shore as well, which gives us a quite a nice little edge there, I guess. Gives us a lot of opportunity. So yep, the charter boats is a quite an important part of what we do. Now, I'm aware that this presentation is around Aboriginal tourism, and you might be wondering where that is in my presentation. We are owned by Tiwi Enterprise, as I said, and we do have some quite well advanced plans for some touring options that we're going to be running on the Tiwi Islands. It would be premature of me to try and tell you now exactly what that's going to look like, other than it's going to be very exciting, and all I can encourage is, keep up the contact and watch this space. We've got some very exciting stuff. We expect to be doing some soft product launching perhaps towards the end of this year, with a view to some limited departures the following year, and it's going to come on stream from there. But yeah, some very exciting stuff that we're very much looking forward to, and I do apologize that I can't give you more insight into that now, other than stick with us because it's going to be exciting. And then yeah, just a couple final notes. Where we stand out, we think that we're a little bit different, and I think I've just lost you there. I must have bumped something there by mistake, but yeah, so we think we're doing a little bit different. We're not a big mass numbers type of organization. Our groups are genuinely quite small, and so that the tours are relatively exclusive. We are very confident in our equipment. Our vessels have both had recent refurbishments. They've new coats of paint, new seats, the engines are really good, new canopies and so on. They're looking very good. And we love the idea of supporting local. We source a lot of our product locally and employ locally. And we live by that bottom line there. Nature dictates and culture rules. And that's how we try and live our lives. And I think that's the end of my presentation.
Fantastic, Brian. That was Brian from Darwin Sea Tiwi. Brian left the company because this is not the latest presentation, but we will have the current contact details at the end, and I will send them out again together with the recording of the video and the questionnaire, so don't worry. Great presentation. The Tiwi tours will be up and running by 2026. It's still in the making, so watch out for this. And for more information, you can visit the website under Sea Darwin. Next up, we have Tim from Top End Day Tours. Tim always has a bit of a different style to present, which is great. He is live, not live, but recorded his presentation in Arnhem Land on Inyalak Hill. So yeah, we will see about this Brian, in a second. Thank you. First up, he has a little intro video before he speaks. Please turn up your speakers because the recording is quite soft. I try to make it as loud as possible, but you might have to go to the maximum to understand because he speaks quite softly. So enjoy.
Welcome to Arnhem Land.
All right, and here's Tim. One sec.
Welcome to Arnhem Land. everybody. That's Tamaki's g'day, good morning, good afternoon, welcome in the local Gunwok language. My name's Tim. I'm on tour today, and I thought I'd better pre-record something because I'm in Arnhem Land, and we sometimes get dodgy reception out here. I thought I'd pre-record something, and you can have a little look at what we do on tour. This is Inyaluk Hill. It's regarded as one of the best rock art sites in the world, open for tourism. There's 19 main galleries, but there's something like a couple of hundred art sites on Inyaluk Hill. It's important to note when we're up here that we only, and on all of our tours, we only have Aboriginal guides with us. I've sent our Aboriginal guide off with some guests today, and I've just sent them around the corner, so I'm going to start quietening down a little bit because I like that we have intimate small groups on our tours, and there's rarely other people at Inyaluk Hill, and they're just around the back. So I thought I'd sneak away and do a little bit of a demonstration on the kind of rock art and what our mutual guests as agents, and there's the provider. We can get your guests in Arnhem Land here. We don't have handrails or footpaths. If you can see around, all this kind of country, there's no footpath there. So people have to be mobile. They don't have to be fit. They have to be mobile on our tours. And what I love about where we are, if you can see behind my head as I come in, I can literally, without touching it, it's just above my head. And guests can come and sit here with our binning or Aboriginal guide and take this rock art in. Only a couple of our guides wear shoes. None of our guides speak English as a first language. All of my fellas out in Arnhem Land, all of my guides, their parents were born under trees or under rock ledges out in the bush. So this is a real, true cultural experience. I'll just slide along here, see if you can, hopefully you can make it out. But this is where our guests get to sit, take it all in. What have we got here? We've got barramundi, that's a long tom, lots of barramundi, that one there, catfish. What else we got? This one here. Where are we? This black one here. Ginga, crocodile. Yeah, this is an iconic image for Inyaluk Hill. Echidna. This one here. It's echidna. One of our guide's uncles painted that in the 90s. It's the world's oldest continuous culture. There you go. So we offer small groups up to 16 packs. We do charters, and I can bring up to 29 people into Arnhem Land, but for private charters. But we try and keep it. Our main day tours are to Inyaluk Hill, and which is our Yingana Inyaluk Hill one-day Arnhem Land tour. Then we have our Meakin Valley Red Lily one-day Arnhem Land tour. They're the same content, they're the same tour, except the Inyaluk Hill tour is 4 hours of hiking away from the vehicle. So we need to make sure people are mobile. They don't have to be fit. It's not a walking tour. This is it's an Aboriginal cultural tour. Rock art is just the avenue for the conversations, gives us an opportunity to sit down and have dialogue with people. So you don't have to be fit, but you have to be mobile. You have to be steady on your feet, because nobody's been up here and formed a path. We're literally walking over the natural landscape. 4 hours-ish away from the vehicle. We don't script our tours. Working with Aboriginal people, scripting doesn't work. Scripting flies out the window in the first 10 minutes. So we have unscripted tours, so sometimes they're a bit different. For example, this morning, somebody in the community went hunting this morning, got a buffalo. Some of our guests wanted to see that, so we showed that went past. Some of the guests weren't up for it, but the other guests, they wanted to see it. You know, this is how these people live in the year 2025. They're still living largely off the land. So it's an unscripted Aboriginal cultural guided tour. To my knowledge, we're the only company other than private charters that offers an Aboriginal guide on all our tours. I think since 2019 we've had about 5 or 7 days where I haven't been able to get a guide. No different to any of your businesses where people call in sick, they have kids, family. Anyway, 4 hours away from the vehicle. For the Yingana tour, our Meakin Valley tour is the same. It's 3 to 4 hours, but we're not away from the vehicle the whole time. We visit multiple sites. You still need to be mobile, but it's 3 or 4 rock art sites, and we're up into the rock art sites, back into the vehicle, drive to the next 1 kilometre down the road, 400 metres down the road, and then do a rock art site and back in. Some of those sites are dead flat. So all of our tours are bookable on Resdy. We start mid-May and we finish in September. It's just getting too hot. But this is the lookout. It's just getting too hot in October for people. Yeah, tours fully bookable Resdy, mid-May through to September. We do charters, private charters, and we do involve Kakadu in those. All of our charters are quoted with at least one Aboriginal. We're the only day tour company in Arnhem Land, Kakadu, that employs Aboriginal guides, and we do morning tea and lunch. But you know, look at this landscape. You know, that's the town of Gumbalanya down there, and we got a group out there of 15 today. We had 16, but one fella pulled out last minute. But you know, look at yeah, look at this fella here, there, chatting with the customers, open dialogue, conversations. That's what we're about. All right.
That was Tim. Thanks so much for that. As mentioned, Tim is the owner-manager of the business. He's not Aboriginal himself, but his tours obviously focus on Arnhem Land and showcase the local Aboriginal culture. If you can't book through Resdy, you can book his products also through Southern World, Pan Pacific Travel, and Travel Essence, just if you're looking for other or more distribution channels. Well, and we're nearly at the end of our presentation today. Before we end the session, I just wanted to introduce 2 big Aboriginal events taking place. In the top end, we have the Gama Festival taking place from the 1st to the 4th of August 2025 in Gulkula, northeast Arnhem Land, which is Yolngu country. This year, the Gama Festival is celebrating its 25th anniversary as Australia's largest Indigenous cultural gathering. I'm sure you have heard about it. It's hosted by the Yothu Yindi Foundation, bringing together Yolngu leaders, community members, and visitors for 4 days of culture, connection, and conversation. The festival features traditional dance, song, art, and storytelling, alongside cultural workshops and forums. Festival tickets include camping, meals, and transfers from Gove Airport. It's a powerful opportunity to engage with authentic cultural experiences and support cultural exchange. For more information, you can visit the Yothu Yindi Foundation website and you will find the Gama Festival. Then a little bit more reachable is the Darwin Aboriginal Art Fair and Indigenous Fashion Highlights. This takes place from the 7th to the 10th of August and is being held at the Darwin Convention Centre on Larrakia country. It's part of the Darwin Festival, which is absolutely fantastic and something for everyone. The festival runs from the 7th to the 24th of August in Darwin. And if you have customers visiting Darwin during that time, let them know there's so much to see. Some really good shows and artists are coming. The Aboriginal Art Fair features 70 plus community-owned art centres and over 2,000 First Nations artists. The event includes art sales, workshops, artist talks, cultural performances, and kids' activities. So there's something for everyone, and it's really interesting. It also runs alongside the National Indigenous Fashion Awards and Country to Couture on the 6th of August. What a time to be in Darwin for some amazing events and exhibitions taking place. You can visit the information, for more information, you can visit the website under www.daaf.com.au. Well, and this brings me to the end of our session today. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of the ATPAP program. We hope you enjoyed the webinar today and you found it valuable. I'll be sending out the recording, the presenter contact details, and questionnaire to everyone later today. And of course, I will be in touch with the winner of the Bush Balm gift box. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And lastly, a huge thank you to our presenters as well. We appreciate you being part of this webinar. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.